Why you need real estate just as much as you need your day job. Hi, my name is Damon Oubre. Welcome to the Red Loves Real Estate YouTube channel, the home of Real Estate Damon and the home base for real estate solutions and education. If you're not interested in the real estate industry because you have a day job, you might want to reconsider that. And I'll tell you why. This is because over the last 2 centuries, that's right, centuries, 90% of all millionaires have been created through real estate. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a lot of people. Even if we look at people who got rich through business, entertainment, or inheritances, the ones who were able to maintain their riches, they did so with real estate. The goal for most Americans is to one day to be able to make a 6-figure salary at their day job. But unless you're in sales or some kind of commission-based job, you'll never be paid based on your productivity. And even if you do make 6 figures, you'll be paid based on your position, your experience, and your accolades. The problem with this logic is that companies go in expecting employees to actually underperform. Statistics show that corporations do not see a tangible return from an employee before 6 months on the job. This means the expectations for new hires are extremely low. This correlates to why many people actually hate their day job. Contrary to popular belief in surveys, people like to portray that they love their job, but in reality, most people are underpaid. It's just a fact. The other thing is, most people love their jobs because they become accustomed to a higher paying salary. And this is because higher end salaries are actually bittersweet. Now, most people will jump in right now and say, Damon, you don't know what the heck you're talking about. I'm unsubscribing. But just hear me out. Take this into consideration. The benefits of having a lower wage job usually means it's easier to find another one. And folks, this is not taking into consideration how people budget their money, because you have people who make very little money who budget their money better than people who make a whole lot of money. And those people have more assets and more savings. But I'll save that for another video, I promise. But getting back to higher salaries, people who have high salaries statistically have higher costs associated with their lifestyles. With high salary jobs not being as easy to secure as lower wage jobs tend to be, these jobs tend to trap people. And employees get caught up in what society calls the rat race because they get used to a comfy salary. And let's be honest, most people with a high paying job don't have time to create or run a brand new business from scratch. And if they do start some kind of business, it's usually a franchise or what I call a turnkey business, where you have limited control of the resources and growth. Now, where does real estate come into play in all of this? Real estate is the only asset available to citizens that has a 2,000-year-old track record of consistently increasing in value over time. Yes, the real estate market has crashes and hurdles just like every other industry. But the difference is, real estate today is still worth more than it was 10 years ago. Now, how does someone who's employed get into real estate? I thought you'd never ask. Before I begin, please go ahead, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell so you can be notified when new videos are posted. So number 1, after you've saved 3 months of your expenses and placed that in a savings account or in an investment portfolio that can easily be liquidated, start putting all extra money into an account for the purpose of buying your first rental. You want to either buy a single family unit or a very small multifamily unit. And what I mean by small multifamily, I mean 2 to 4 units. So a 2-plex, a 3-plex, a 4-plex, or a single family house. Now, one thing you're going to be surprised at is how easy it is to get loans if you have a good employment track record, regardless of your salary. But look, do not go to Wells Fargo, Chase to get your first real estate investment loan. They're trying to service the big guys. Go to a credit union, or even better, asset-based lender who lends based on the value and or income of the asset that you plan to purchase. Make sure you hire a property management company to manage your property. Make sure that company has a local office in the city you're buying it from. And I cannot stress this enough. If you're a working citizen who is already cramped for time, working, punching the clock, punching out the clock, do not try to be a part-time landlord or manage your own property. Your goal is to get this property and to use it as a tax shelter for the the income that comes from your day job. Now, I'm not a tax professional or a CPA, attorney, nothing like that. Check with your CPA first. But you can actually deduct the value of an improvement, which is the house that sits on land, okay, from your salary, offset your tax liability. This is called accelerated depreciation. So for instance, if you make $50,000 a year at your job and you buy a house for $100,000, you will subtract the value of the land from the house. Let's say the land is worth $40,000. That leaves you with an improvement value of $60,000. You can literally deduct $60,000 from your income and pay taxes on negative $10,000. This is called using cost segregation and using the tax code, which says you can deduct 100% of the improvement costs in the first year you put that property in service. In service means you turn it into a rental property and you get passive income from that. So you'll be able to keep that whole $50K that you make at your job after you pay Medicare and Social Security, of course, not including the cash flow from the rent you'll be collecting, which will probably be another $150 to $200 per month after expenses and your mortgage is paid. Number two, find a reputable business partner. Start looking for a business partner early on so you can weed out the bad apples. I'm giving you game. It's the best advice I can give you. Partners and employees need to be found in the beginning of your business so you can get in the habit of knowing who's good, who's bad, who's gonna last, who's gonna benefit your business, and who gets thrown out with the trash. That was corny, but I'm a goofball. What can I say? So for your first partnership, do not partner with anyone who is not willing to put up as much money as you are. Make sure you both have equal skin in the game. Also, try to find someone whose income is similar to yours. People that have a lot of money, they won't have the urgency to deal with certain things that can cause you to shelve out more money in the long run. For instance, they might not want to fix a property and you got holding costs. You're paying taxes, you're paying maintenance, and you're ready to fix a property up and sell it. People who are within your income stratosphere and are willing to invest are ideal business partners for beginners. With a partner, you'll be able to buy even more properties. A bigger real estate portfolio helps you to not put all your eggs in one basket. That way, if one property has an issue, you can make up the difference with one that is doing well. And the bonus effect from having a portfolio of 5 or more properties is it gets you the real estate experience that will attract other business partners and investors. Make sure you understand that being a passive investor means that you will not be dealing with tenants, toilets, or termites, because you'll be hiring a reputable property management company. So if you have a demanding job and you need somewhere to store your money that will help that money grow instead of just sitting in an account somewhere, look no further than owning rental properties. I know some of you invest in stocks. Even though stocks can produce faster returns in some cases, stocks do not have the tax benefits that owning real estate has. As your properties increase in value, the rent your tenants pay will be paying down your debt. If for some reason the market takes a dip at year 10, just hold on to your property until it picks up again. And remember, your tenant is paying rent that covers your mortgage. So just sit tight and count the months until your payday. And remember, real estate is not a get-rich-quick scheme by any means. It's a master plan to get rich for sure. I hope this video was able to encourage someone to jump into the real estate industry, even if they have a day job and a demanding career. If you need help sorting things out, do not hesitate to check out my consulting options below in the link. And as always, if we have the will together, we can build together. I'll see you in the next video.